Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Best Self Weekly podcast. I'm Hunter, if you don't know me. And what we focus on here on the Best Self Weekly podcast is simply being the best version of yourself and finding out what that means. Striving to be that best version of yourself every single day, today, tomorrow, and so on and so forth. And we talk about health, mindset, entrepreneurship, sales, communication, you name it. And I'll often get on here solo and just share typically something I've been studying about in terms of self-improvement or whatever I feel prompted to get up on here and talk about. And I really wanted to go over some stuff today in regards to mental toughness. So when I get on here solo, it tends to be around 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, a quicker episode. And today's Wednesday, January 8th, and I hope everybody's having a phenomenal day. And I hope everybody's starting the year off strong and, sticking to their New Year's resolutions and habits and the things that, you know, the goals, the things that everybody has set. So I'm reading this really good book right now, and I wanted to talk about, a few things. And I guess I want to talk about the joy that one gets when you step out of your comfort zone and you do hard things. And I just want to compare it to the feeling of finishing a marathon. There's this feeling of finishing a marathon where you feel exhausted, you feel tired, both physically and mentally, but at the same time, you feel weirdly productive. And it's not just about the ultra marathon running, it's about life. And when you really just push yourself out of your comfort zone, you prioritize, doing hard things, you feel this sense of accomplishment and fulfillment that it's really hard to just put into words. Even though you're tired, you feel good, you feel rewarded. And there's a part in this book, and it says, it nearly broke me, but I absolutely loved it. It was there that my love of ultra running and pushing myself out of my comfort zone was born. I didn't look back after that. I kept finding myself new challenges. So when we find ourselves, you know, looking for new challenges and we accept them and we get out of our comfort zone, we end up loving it, even though it almost breaks us. When we push ourselves out of that comfort zone, it's a feeling that once again that it's hard to describe, but it's 100% completely worth it. Now, to develop discipline, there's a few things I feel like we can do. We can first of all learn about discipline by reading self-improvement books or just books about health, reading in general. And I really feel like we don't have to read for hours every day. It's just I feel like the magic number is 5 to 10 pages, 5 to 10 minutes of reading a book. That's a way you can develop discipline by maybe even learning about discipline and getting a book that talks about discipline. Another thing that I strive to do is get in the ice bath, or taking 30 seconds of your shower and, making it cold. It's cold water exposure. It's hard. That's how you build mental toughness is you go through it. And then the third thing I feel like that's really easy to develop discipline, not easy, but a easy way to practice it, I guess, put into practice is the way we eat and the way we fuel our bodies. Simply drinking enough water, drinking a couple, big water bottles a day, making yourself a healthy meal, taking the time. These are all small, simple daily disciplines. But then again, it's pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone because it all requires extra effort and extra energy. But in the moment, it may not feel like it's worth it. Sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't. But there's always a little bit feeling afterwards, or when you look back and zoom out, that you feel a little bit proud of yourself. You feel fulfilled, and accomplished. And I really love that about, the benefit of pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. It can be very simple. It doesn't have to be extreme. This book is amazing. It's called Limitless by Mimi Anderson. And she also says in both of these challenges, specific long marathons, I had loved the whole process of making and then executing a plan to achieve my goal. Once again, when we make a plan and stick to it and we achieve it, it's addicting. It's a whole entire process, and it's a very interesting process full of ups and downs, but it can be addicting because it makes you feel good. It makes you get creative at the same time, making some type of plan to hit your goal. And I really enjoy that. A lot easier said than done. For example, if you want to make a plan to be more spiritual, right? There's specific things you have to do. Maybe your church has weekly activities and you need to go to them. But then again, your church has a weekly service that's the different day. That's maybe a Sunday or whatever. And you have to make time to go to that. And then there's your personal reading, your personal prayers. And then it's praying with your loved ones, reading with your loved ones. And then it's serving other people and then just paying tithing, participating in maybe other church events, going to different things, so on and so forth. There's so many things, and if you can just make a plan and identify exactly what you need to do to get to that goal of maybe becoming more spiritual or whatever your goal is, it can be an addicting process. And it's so fun to me to learn how to learn those hacks, those things that work for you, those things that make your habits more attractive and more easier to accomplish. It's fun. It's fun, but all you have to do is just make a plan and stick to it. Stick to it long enough to see that you need to make some type of adjustments. And you can just learn so much about yourself when you set a goal and then you set the plan and you just try to stick to it. It's fun. It's a fun process. It doesn't matter what you're trying to achieve. Um, and she says these sorts of challenges need a huge amount of planning, preparation, and not to mention training. And there were setbacks, like getting my body into the best condition to face such a crazy, ardu arduous run. Arduous. It's a big word. Um, but the planning, the preparation, the training, it's it's like this, man. It's when you go to the gym and you're training physically and you go through a hard workout and you're just tired and drenched after and the ride home you're just tired, you're sweaty, but then you get home and you finally eat some food and then like a couple hours later you're like, wow, you know what? I'm proud of myself. I at least got a good workout in. I did the training, I had already made the plan. I'm sticking to my plan and there's just that feeling of just fulfillment, achievement, and just being proud of yourself, accomplishment. So that's kind of what I want to share with everybody today is there's no matter how hard your day is, no matter what you're going through, if you can have an area of life that you have a goal in and you stick to that training and you had already made a plan for it and you stick to that plan, try your best to stick to that plan, you can go to bed at night at least feeling a little bit proud and happy for yourself that you did that. You know, I never really heard of anybody complaining that they've, stuck to their goals too much. And that's the invitation for everybody out there that gave this episode a quick listen is to make a plan, make a specific plan on how you want to hit your goals and audit that plan. And then once you audit that plan, just keep doing that plan, keep doing it. Even though sometimes it's hard, think of that feeling. Have the goal be when you put your head down on that pillow, knowing that you gave it your all that day and you know exactly what you did, exactly what you overcame, all because you're going to that main goal. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Push yourself, get out of your comfort zone, be the best version of yourself every single day, today, tomorrow, so on and so forth. And I hope you guys have an amazing Wednesday, amazing rest of the day. And you keep trying to be that best version of yourself, even though we're at the halfway mark of the week. So let's keep going. And I hope everybody has a blessed Wednesday night.